The Walrus Audio Mira is a beautiful sounding optical compressor that can also teach you how to more effectively use compressor pedals. Let's check it out. Today's video is sponsored by Walrus Audio. The Walrus Audio Mira. It's an optical compressor that's pretty dang cool. So you might be thinking, oh, Bill, I know what a compressor pedal is, but what's an optical compressor? Basically, it's a form of compressor that uses a light and an optical sensor. And as the light lights up and dims and the light is captured by the optical sensor, compression happens. It's pretty cool. And what that results in is a gentle, elegant, very musical form of compression. So I've got a Mira setting here that I want to play for you, and then we'll break it down. So here is the uncompressed sound. Yeah, nice sound. Let's go ahead and turn on the Mira. Can you hear the difference? Oh, yes. Whoa, yep. When I turn the Mira on, you can hear that sustain kick in. Oh, yes. Lots of sustain, a really thick body of a tone, and it can sound and feel a lot punchier. And I gotta tell you, with a compressor like the Mira, once I find a setting that I like, I'll leave it on like 99% of the time. All right, the Mira is set up in a starting spot, and here's my bypass tone again. Let me go ahead and turn the Mira on. Not much of a difference, right? And that's because the compressor basically is disabled in its current settings. So first up, I want to mention the level knob, and this is a really handy knob. It basically controls the level of the signal when the Mira is activated. So if I turn it all the way down, I get nothing. If I turn it all the way up, I get a lot of something. And if I've got it somewhere around in the middle, somewhere, I'll be able to level out my Mira activated versus my Mira bypass sound. Probably about right there. Oh yeah. All right. The next thing I want to tell you about before we get into the compressor settings is this little light in the middle. When it lights up, that means the compressor circuit is active and actually squishing your sound down. Now watch the light. Yeah, it's not lighting up because I don't have anything set up for that. Let's go ahead and do that. The first thing we're going to do is change the ratio knob. The ratio knob is going to control how strongly your signal is squished. It goes from something like 1:1 to, I think, 20:1. So no squish to a lot of squish, right? And let's see what this does. Hey, no light. And that's because we need to check out knob number 2. I guess knob number 3 now, but the upper left-hand knob, and that's the threshold. So that is the strength of the signal at which the compressor will kick in. The more you turn the knob counterclockwise, the softer you can play and have the compressor kick in. Right now it's fully clockwise, so it's never going to kick in the compressor. Let's go ahead and bring this to about 2 o'clock. Watch what happens. Our light came on, oh yeah. But our volume level decreased. Oh, interesting. That's called gain reduction, and that's what compressors do to squish the dynamic range of your signal. The way to level this out now is to use the third knob on the top row. It's called makeup gain. So let's go ahead and bring that up just a little bit. That's sounding better. Yeah, that's very close. Great. Now we've got a little bit of compression going. Let's go ahead and turn the Mira off and compare before and after. We're getting a little bit of squish there. It's a little bit thicker, but not a lot. But you can hear the compressor catching my guitar pick. Listen carefully. Let me turn it off. Hear how much more picky, attacky that is? All right, so we've got a little bit of compression going, but I want to have the compressor hang on a little bit longer once it activates. See how the light kind of dims pretty quickly after I pick the string. Well, if I want to make the compressor hang on longer, I can adjust the release time, and that is this little knob right here. Let me go ahead and turn release to the longest setting and watch the light as I play. It doesn't really go out all the way, does it, as I'm playing? Let's make the release time the shortest release time. Goes out very quickly, but now with a really short release time, the compressor's not really kicking in. I feel like I need to kick in the compressor faster. Now, the way we do that is with the attack knob, and that's the other little knob. It was set about halfway, and now I've set it to the shortest setting. Watch the light. Now it kicks on the second I pick the string. And the second I stop playing a note, the compressor kicks out or fades out or releases. There we go. The compressor releases very quickly. But I don't like that because I'm not really getting that compressed signal. So let's go ahead now and increase the attack time just a bit, but I want to make my release time pretty quick. Now I'm getting the compression I'm looking for. So far, we've been working with fairly mellow compression. Let's say we squish it more by turning the ratio knob from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Let's check this out. Oh, yeah. Yes, way more. What happens if we move our threshold down too, so that the compressor comes in at a lower level? Yes, now we're getting a lot of squish. Now we've lost a lot of volume. So let me bring the makeup gain up. Let's get that leveled out. Now, check that out. Hear how the compressor catches my pick attack. And it kind of even swells in, right, as the compression really takes over the sound. Yeah. Now you might be thinking, why would I ever want to have my compressor set this way? Well, some styles of music, for example, some country styles of music, really rely on heavy amounts of compression. Think of your classic Telecaster-based chicken pickin' style of playing. This kind of compression can come in handy. Also, if you're playing ambient swells, it really is helpful because it gives you lots of sustain on your notes. I've got a volume pedal and a delay pedal. Yes, very nice. So what if you want the best of both worlds? Extreme compression for the body of your tone, but retaining the pick attack. Well, you've got a couple of options to consider. The first is simply to increase the attack time. In other words, make the attack time longer on the compressor settings. So I've got the attack time set now about halfway or so. Let's check this out. Yeah, now that's not bad. Let me go ahead and cut that out. I'm getting some of that pick attack back. If I make the attack time shorter, I lose the pick attack. All right, so that's cool. Is that my only option, or is that the best option? Well, it could be a good option. However, if you have a long release time, you're only going to get good pick attack on the first note or so, because once the compressor kicks in, it's not releasing. So another option then, let's make the attack time a little faster, is to play around with the blend knob. And this knob allows you to actually mix in your dry, uncompressed signal with your compressed signal. It's called parallel compression. And so you can squish down your signal as much as you want, but still retain your pick attack with your uncompressed signal. So I've got it set about in the middle here. And you can hear I've still got my pick attack going. There's my uncompressed, like bypass sound. Ah, there we go. But I'm still getting sustain. Let me try it without the Mira, or the Mira bypass. Yeah, let's bring it back in. Oh yeah. Now, I use parallel compression like this all the time. I've got a few other compressors with the blending knob option, and I make great use of it. So I recommend with the Mira that you play around with strong and weak compression, and then play around with that blend knob. One of the great things, again, is for ambient guitar playing or playing with reverbs and delays, is you still get that sustain from your tone. So as I mentioned earlier, this is indeed a sponsored video by Walrus Audio. The good news is I don't have a script that I have to follow. So please believe me when I say I love this compressor pedal. I've been able to get some really good sounds out of it for use in some videos that I've done recently, in addition to some audio recordings that I'm working on. I really love the blend knob. I really love the kind of that mellow, elegant, optical compressor style. It really works well. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the Mira. And I've got a playlist here of other Walrus audio pedal demos here on the channel. I'll see you over on those videos.